We put more junk into our body than the body can possibly ever throw out. Are you with me? We put more in than the body can possibly excrete. So what happens? We fill up with, science calls it toxicity, I call it dirt. We actually start putting a new soil, a new terrain into our body. Now initially we fill up the blood system, the circulation system. You've heard of detoxing, cleansing. We now have dirty blood. Now ultimately we will have osmosis occur where we have all this dirt in the blood, clean cells still, but this dirt will start going from the blood into a cell. And then it'll go to other cells. Now we have this dirt in tissue. Now we have a particular problem occurring here because of the fact that the tissue now will literally become hot. In other words, this particular dirt or toxicity is actually what we call caustic. I'm not going to get into pH on this because it takes too long. But it literally will create heat in the particular cell and tissue of our body. And ultimately it will create what we call flame. And that is where the word inflammation comes from. Are you all with me on that one? Now we have inflammation and heat because of this toxicity in our tissue, and we have been given the finest communication system in the universe, right from God. And you know what that communication system is? The nervous system, the neurological system. And this neurological system does one major basic thing. It allows all cells to talk to each other. In fact, even before the cell, many things are talking to each other, and our body is able to talk to us totally, all the time. In fact, please gather this. The finest doctor in the universe, the finest doctor in the universe, and by the way, what's a doctor? A doctor is a teacher. Okay, it got moved around a little bit. But a doctor basically is a teacher, and the finest doctor we've got is our body. Our problem is no one has told us how to listen to it. Are you all with me here? The understanding is the body will start talking to us, and it will say when it gets that flame in that tissue, stop what you're doing, Dean Martens. You're killing me. You're throwing all that junk down. It's creating heat. Now I got flame. Stop putting the junk down. And it does it in the form of a pain. On my radio show, I had a show called The Joy of Disease. And when I say that, people look at me. The joy of disease. Why? Because I love disease. Why would I love disease? Because if we didn't have disease, the body would just quit. I hope you're gathering that. In other words, the body's constantly telling us we have a problem. If it did not communicate, we wouldn't understand anything that's occurring. I also love pain and fear. I just don't like how it feels, and we don't want to keep it. The idea of it is the mind will give us all the communication it possibly can in the form of fear. The body gives us communication in the form of pain. And if we suppress it, if we stop it without listening to what it's saying and taking care of the problem, later on the body will talk louder. Are you all with me? We will have more fear and more pain no matter how much you suppress it with the pharmaceutical agenda. So now what's happening is we are being told, stop what you're doing, quit throwing that junk down. I got all these fires going on. And let's say I get a cramp. Let's say that these are cramps as far as the communication. How have we been taught and trained when we have cramps? Well, we'll go down and get some aspirin and Bufferin and Tylenol and ibuprofen and Advil and Percodan and codeine and all sorts of beautiful little white pills. And what do these beautiful little white pills do? Well, if I take about 3 Advil and I take them down, well, my God, that's going to get all my health back, right? Because I got my pain taken care of. Because I thought the pain was what? What we got trained to believe. The pain was us getting sick. And if I take those pills, it's going to get rid of the pain. My God, I got my health back. When in actuality, the pain is nothing but communication saying we got some huge problems going on. Stop what you're doing. I get rid of the pain, and I keep the same lifestyle. In other words, I didn't learn a thing. I didn't know what it was saying. I keep the same lifestyle. Instead of having 2 Twinkies, I'll have 5. Instead of having 2 beers, I'll have 5 with a bottle of wine. And the idea of it is, I'll keep throwing this junk down. Now, I'm putting junk all over the body. Ultimately, I'm not changing the lifestyle except for making it worse. And now all over, geographically, my body, I'm filling up with dirt, toxicity. I'm putting a brand new soil inside of my body. Now, the first layer is soil. The second layer is bugs that live in the soil. Has anyone ever heard of the germ theory? The germ theory is the guy walks in the door and he's hacking and coughing and snotting and snorting, and he said, my God, stay away from me. I don't want to catch what you got. This is scientific, because we got a bacteria or a virus or something in that person, and that's going to come out through his coughing, and it's going to go into our body and it's going to attack us. And that's how supposedly we start getting sick. Well, I would like to mention this. The health industry says, no, the germ theory doesn't work. The allopathic, scientific, expert, institutional communities say, oh yeah, come right here, look in my microscope, look at these little bugs moving your body around, moving your tissue around. Who in the world is right? Now please receive this information. As far as the health industry, they understand that when we have a totally clean body, when we're in the womb and we do not have toxicity or dirt, we have a beautiful terrain in our body. We have viruses, bacteria, and fungus going in us and out of us. In us and out of us. In other words, it's part of the planet. It's in this room, because this is not a clean room at a lab. But the idea is it's going in and out. Now we come out, we start a lifestyle, we put this brand new dirt into the system, and we have a new soil that now when Joe the bacteria goes in, he can literally say, I can set up housekeeping, it's something to live in, and it does. So now we have all of these anaerobic pieces of material, bugs, germs, viruses, bacteria, fungus, now living in this dirt, living in this new environment. Now the body says, my God, I got a real problem. It's been yelling at me forever, been telling me not to throw any more of that junk down. And then what happens is, I'll take those little white pills, and by the way, what does the little white pill do to the body? It makes it so the communication stops. That's literally what occurs. We get the cramps, we put the Advil down, and it allows the body to not talk anymore. No pain. We think we got our health back, and ultimately we are worse off than before we took the Advil. Why? Because we still got the dirt, and now we got a tremendous amount of toxicity from those pharmaceuticals. So now we keep living, the bugs are living in the dirt, and the body's first priority is what? Amazingly, to stay alive for us. I hope everyone understands that you're not the body. We are in this beautiful vehicle. It's supposed to work for us dramatically to allow us to learn and appreciate what we're here for. Please consider that now the body is going to take over. By the way, all animals have this intuition. The body is the only thing that is totally self-cleansing and self-healing. There is nothing outside the body. No herb, no vitamin, no mineral, no pharmaceutical, nothing that's going to heal the body. I hope you're grabbing this. What I'm saying is this. The only thing that heals the body is the body. We put millions and billions of dollars into the Heart Association, the Cancer Association, MS, diabetes, the whole bit keeps going up like crazy. But I want you to know there's thousands of people getting their health back from all disease, even AIDS. We got hundreds of people that have totally got all of their health back from AIDS, except it's not on the front page. And also, let me say this. When I'm talking to doctors, I will say that cancer and arthritis are very, very easy to whip. Now, that's a heck of a statement. Heck of a statement. But it's always followed up with, the discipline is really tough.